So we're going to switch over to the sum of cubes formula. Alrighty. So first thing we want to do is, I guess, check for a GCF first. Oh, look, they got a 1 in common. That doesn't help us at all. So let's just go ahead and use the formula. I want to express each of these terms as a perfect cube. All right. So the idea here is that 10 times 10 times 10 will equal 1,000, and then x times x times x will equal x cubed. So I can express this term as a perfect cubed. It would be 10x all raised to the third power. All right. So you get 10 times 10 times 10 gives you the 1,000, and then of course x to the third power is that. All right, and then 1 is also a perfect cubed because it is equal to 1 to the third. All right, so we're able to use our sum of cubes formula. So the difference here, it starts off with a plus b rather than a minus b, and the minus sign shows up as that second term. All right, so here we go. It's going to be a plus b, so that's going to be 10x plus 1. Okay, and then it's going to be a squared. So I'm going to do 10x times 10x. That's going to be 100 x to the second power. And then here's your minus sign. Don't forget that thing. All right, and then it's a times b, which is just 10x times 1. So that's going to be 10x. And then plus b squared. So plus, 1. 1 times 1. And there you have it. Boom. She's all factored. Like it. All right, there's 1. Let's do another one, a little funkier. All right, so 7 is not a perfect cube. Y to the 7th is not. But thankfully, there's an extra y here. So I just got to factor out that y first. So it's going to be y. And then the first term is going to become x cubed y to the 6th plus 64. All right. And then each of these I can express as a perfect cube. All right. So I'm going to get y. This first one, it's going to be an x, and that I can raise to the third power. So x to the third, that one's pretty obvious. And then we saw the 6th power earlier. So all we do here is we divide this number by 3, and that tells us what our exponent is down here. So it was y to the 2nd. So the idea is that y to the 2nd times y to the 2nd times y to the 2nd will give you y to the 6th. Right? Or, a power to a power, you multiply those exponents. And that does that for you. All right, and then 64. 64 is equal to 4 to the third power. All right. And we should be good to throw this thing into our formula. All right, so this will be like our a term, the xy squared is. And of course, there's our b. So it's going to be a plus b, which is xy squared plus 4. And then it's going to be a squared. All right, so I need to multiply this term by itself. So it's going to become an x squared and then a y to the 4th and minus ab. So minus ab, that's going to be a 4. And then that's our a, that's our b, but it'll be an xy squared anyway. Okay, and then plus b squared will be a 4 times itself, so 16. And there it is. Not too bad, not too bad. Okay, and I believe there's one more. Let me find that one. All right, so we got 8x to the 12th and 27y to the 9th. All right, there's no greatest common factor to factor out here. 8 is equal to 2 times 2 times 2. And then x to the 12th, if you want to express that as a power of 3, that would be x to the 4th. I'm going to write this term as 2x to the fourth, all right, all raised to the third power. So 2 to the third power is 8, and then x to the fourth, if you multiply it by itself 3 times, you get 12, x to the 12th. All right, and then 27. 27 is 3 times 3 times 3. And then, of course, for y to the ninth, that's going to be, you divide that by 3, so you get y to the third. Okay, so I got all of that raised to the third power as well. Okie dokie. And I wonder if I'll be able to, I don't know if I'll be able to fit all of it in, but we'll see. So this is like my a term right here. That's my b term. So we'll start with a plus b. It's going to be 2x to the fourth plus 3y to the third. That's the easy one. And then a squared. So I got to multiply this by itself. So 2 times 2 is 4. And then x to the fourth times itself will be x to the eighth. All right. And then minus, we're going to do a times b. So it's going to be 2 times 3. That'll be a 6. And then we'll have x to the fourth and a y to the third. We won't be adding those exponents or anything. They're separate. Y to the third. And then plus b squared. So I got to do 3y to the third times itself. So that'll be a 9 for 3 times 3. And then a y to the sixth power. There it is. And notice there's no common factors, nothing, nothing further to factor out. That's it. We did it. Boom. I like it when it's done.